This game is really, really good. Really, really good. I first previewed it 2 years ago, February 2023. I just checked, and it was just a one mission that I was able to play back then, and it was, compared to what I've just played today, quite a little tiny skirmish. Today I have the latest build, which is a 2 mission and a tutorial preview. It's the final preview before the game launches in June, and you get to play a Russian mission and an American mission. I'm going to showcase bits of the American mission here. I was tasked in capturing an airfield, and the way this game works, it's an RTS with pause, and you can issue commands during pause, but essentially you don't get buildings. I don't want to go back through the whole preview that I've already done, but if you look to the top left, you'll see some numbers in yellow that keep going up and up. That is your currency. You buy in units using that, and it continues to go up all the time. But the more units you have on the battlefield, the slower it goes up, and you're only allowed to use a certain amount of units. It's like, you know, tanks. The tank that I had access to, I only had access to airdrop vehicles in this mission. And the tanks that I had, I could only have 4 of them at any one time. So everything is limited to how many you can have of them. Most of it is limited to 4. And as I said, you can only have units that's capable of being dropped in. And the way it works is, you look on the battlefield at what your objectives are, send a few drones up so you can recon, get a bit of an idea of where the enemy's dug in. But there's always going to be enemy patrols coming that you can't see. There'll be enemy off map heading towards this area, so the battlefield changes all the time. You then choose from the 300 units what you're bringing in. And this was my weakness, really. I don't have a clue what half of these things are. A JDAM, I just know it's a big fucking bomb. So you kind of have to know your unit. There's a description next to them when you click on them of what they do. For example, there's some infantry carry stingers, and I know that stingers are used to shoot down anything that's in the air. So I know the basics of it, but I couldn't tell you what the difference is between some of the big guns. Obviously, we know what a 50 cal is, but a lot of the stuff, I'm like, what the hell is that? Is it anti-air? Is it anti-tank? Is it anti-personnel? And you learn by playing the game, unless you're one of these people who play loads of these kind of games, which I'm not. Then you'll probably know what everything is, and it'll be much easier for you. But even if you're like me and you're ignorant to modern day weaponry, I mean, in my day we were using muskets, so you know I'm not up to speed with their modern day stuff. But there is descriptions next to each unit of what they actually do. Anyway, you start spending your points, calling in your units, and placing them away back from the battlefield. You can drop supply bases in, which is just basically a big pile of supplies which have a circle around them, like a range, if you like. And if you have a tank, say, that's took heavy damage or ran out of ammunition, every unit has ammo, you just drive them back into this supply area. They'll get fixed up, rearmed, and ready to go back into battle. It's really cool. And that's how the game works. It's a dead simple game. You just keep looking at your figures of what you can afford, bring them down onto the battlefield, and then send them out to capture everything. You've got to watch for units in buildings, you've got to watch for their air stuff, you've got to watch for their anti-air, look for artillery in the background, you've got to try and find ways to get to them, to take them out. We have a few planes at our disposal. We have the F-15 Strike Eagle, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. The A-10 tank busters, all that kind of stuff. It's really, really cool. And the effects and the radio chatter, the explosions and the visuals. I mean, on mine, I've got the visuals turned right down. I've got the effects turned right down. So whatever this looks like on mine, it'll look way better if you have a really good PC. You can turn them way, way higher than what I've got them. I'm on pretty much medium to low, and me graphics card fans were going crazy at this. So it's going to take a pretty meaty PC, unfortunately, to get the best out of this game, especially when there's a big battle going on. Strategically, it's excellent. It's really, really good fun. Your men take a lot of damage out in the open. They do well when they're in bunkers. They can fire out of pretty much every building in the map. Every unit you click, you can see the different armaments on it, and you can either tell the game which one to use, or it'll just decide for itself. One of the great cool features of this is that if you were like commanding, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 aircraft, and they see different targets on the map, they won't all fire at the same target. They kind of communicate with each other and say, all right, you're firing at that one, okay, I'll fire at this one, etc. So they're kind of smart, the AI, in that sense, which makes it look really realistic as well. I sent in 6 planes to take out the anti-air at the beginning of the very first decision I made to attack the anti-air, and it was just awesome watching them just streaking them missiles, the air-to-ground missiles, and the impact that it had, taking out all the anti-air was just fantastic. And then the battle to retake the airfield took place. I decided to go right up the left flank and take all the buildings, all the supplies, all the hangars, and then go for the main buildings after that, because I wanted to take their planes out on the ground. Didn't want to let them get up into the air. That could have caused us all kinds of trouble. Then when I took all the buildings, that was a big fight as well. I called in lots of airstrikes, a bit of artillery, some brave soldiers running into the to the buildings, huge firefights in there. I lost a lot of tanks in support as well. And then eventually I took the airfield, and then there was a huge counterattack came on by the Russians. But I was firing these Rockeyes from the Strike Eagles, and they were devastating. And I took out all the vehicles, and their remaining troops kind of bugged out, and that was the end of that. Heavy losses on my side, but we won the day, and it was such a good battle. It took us about an hour and a half, because I was just taking my time, pausing it, thinking strategy. And guys, it's freaking great. I can't wait for this to come out. It comes out in June. It's going to have a full campaign on Russia and on America. It's single player, co-op and PvP. It's a one to watch. This game is going to be absolutely brilliant.